Once upon a time, in a quiet and forgotten village, surrounded by green fields and dusty roads, there lived an elderly woman named Margaret. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more inspirational stories, emotional life lessons, and powerful motivational tales that touch the heart. Margaret was very old. Her silver hair was always tied neatly behind her head, and her face was covered with soft wrinkles that spoke of many years filled with patience and experience. Yet despite her age, her eyes shone brightly, filled with warmth, kindness, and a deep understanding of life. Whenever people looked into her eyes, they felt calm, as if their worries had suddenly become lighter. She lived alone in a small wooden house near a large oak tree at the edge of the village. Her husband had passed away many years earlier, and she had never been blessed with children. Still, Margaret never complained about her life. Instead, she welcomed each day with gratitude and a gentle smile. Every afternoon, she would sit beneath the oak tree, watching the villagers pass by. She greeted everyone kindly, listened to their stories, and offered comforting words when hearts felt heavy. The villagers loved her deeply because even when life was difficult, Margaret always reminded them that hope still existed. Life in the village was not easy. Some people were farmers who depended on the rain. Others were craftsmen or small shopkeepers struggling to earn enough. When the rains failed, crops dried up. When illness spread, work stopped. Worry and fear often filled the village, and many people lost hope. One evening, a young woman named Emily came to Margaret's house. Her eyes were red from crying, and her hands trembled as she spoke. Emily was the mother of 2 young children, and her husband, Daniel, had traveled to the city months earlier in search of work. "I don't know what to do anymore," Emily said through tears. "Daniel hasn't sent any money. I don't know if he has found a job or if something terrible has happened. My children are hungry, and I'm afraid of what tomorrow will bring." Margaret gently held Emily's hands and smiled. "Sit with me, my dear," she said softly. "Tell me, what do you believe will happen next?" Emily lowered her head. "I only imagine bad things. I fear that Daniel will fail or forget us or never return." Margaret nodded slowly. "When our minds are filled with fearful thoughts, our hearts become weak. But when we choose hopeful thoughts, even in hard times, our hearts grow stronger." Emily looked up, confused. "But how can I think positively when everything feels so hopeless?" Margaret smiled again and said, "Let me tell you a story. Long ago, there lived a man who had lost everything. He had no home, no money, and no family. One day, he sat by a river, crying and cursing his fate. An old traveler passed by and asked him why he was suffering. The man replied, 'I have nothing left in this world. There is no reason for me to be happy.' The traveler smiled and said, 'Look around you. The river still flows. The trees still grow. The sun still rises for you each morning. If you focus only on what you have lost, you will always be miserable. But if you focus on what remains, you will find peace.' The man listened carefully. For the first time, he noticed the sound of the water, the warmth of the sunlight, and the beauty of the world around him. His situation had not changed, but his heart had. From that day forward, his life slowly began to improve. Margaret looked at Emily and said, His life changed not because of magic, but because he changed his way of thinking. Positive thoughts do not erase problems, but they give us the strength to face them. Emily whispered, "Do you really believe my thoughts can change my future?" "Yes," Margaret answered firmly. "If you wake up each morning and tell yourself, 'Today will be a good day,' you will find the courage to work, to care for your children, and to wait for your husband with hope. Fear weakens us, but hope gives us power." Emily took a deep breath and nodded. "I will try. That will be my first step." She left Margaret's house that night, feeling lighter than she had in months. Every morning after that, Emily repeated the same words, "Today will be a good day." Weeks later, a letter arrived. Daniel had found a stable job in the city and was finally able to send money home. He promised to return as soon as possible. Emily cried tears of joy and rushed to share the news with Margaret. Margaret smiled warmly. "You see, my dear," she said, "life will always bring challenges, but when we face them with a hopeful heart, we open the door for good things to enter our lives." Soon, stories of Margaret's wisdom spread throughout the village. People came from near and far to seek her advice, and she always shared the same simple truth: change your thoughts and you change the way you live. Margaret never considered herself special, yet her words transformed countless lives. She reminded everyone that even in the darkest moments, positive thinking can light the way forward. If this inspirational story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with others who need hope. More powerful life lessons and motivational stories are coming soon.